Hello everyone, it's Cherie. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be working in my spring journal. And this journal I made for myself, and I actually made it last year. And I've been anxious to get into it, and I decided that I was going to go ahead and hop in, even though my other journal isn't completed, but I have a lot of catching up to do in that book, and I wanted something that I could use moving forward for current events, I guess you could say. And I said, I'm just going to go ahead and use it. So I'm just going through the pages and refreshing my memory on what I have in here, and just trying to find a spot. So I knew I've got 2 photos that I want to document, and I knew that I was going to play around with some scrap fabrics. I've been loving playing with fabric lately. I just can't get enough of it. So I'm looking, I kind of wanted a blank page, but I didn't necessarily want all my pages to be blank. So I was trying to find a spot that I could have a blank page and then possibly have like a pattern paper by it, is what I was looking for. And I eventually did find one. So I really like this spot here because I have my ledger, and then I've got that little piece of grid paper, and then I've got a pattern paper. So it just it worked out. That's what I wanted, and that's what I got. So I have these 2 photos, and they're of my daughter. And they're kind of a bigger size, I guess you would say, than what I intentionally wanted. But for some reason, I use Lightroom for my photos, and I couldn't get it to cooperate. So I ended up just using my regular printer software that was on my computer. So I wasn't really thrilled with the size or the color, but it is what it is. So I pulled down this basket of scraps that I keep on a little shelf right above my desk, and I had all these beautiful scraps because, like I said, I've been playing with fabric quite a lot lately, and I knew I was gonna play with the fabric, and in my head I was thinking, well, I want to do like a fabric swatch on a page, just to stick down some of these pieces that I really love and have them, a little piece of them forever. But when I pulled it down, I was like, well, I'll go ahead and do a fabric frame around this photo here. And I've done it before, and it was inspired by Sheila Toro. I think it's the first person that I saw do this, and I just love it so much. So I'm just digging through my scraps and just placing little pieces of fabric down. And I'm not thinking, oh, well, I want the blues to be here, or, trying to color coordinate it absolutely perfect or anything like that. I'm just picking pieces that I love and laying them down. And if I like the way it looks, then I'm just leaving it there. I'm not trying to get too picky with it. So, my photos are of my daughter. They're really of her hair. I braid my daughter's hair just about every day for school. And I like to try out different types or styles of braids. And this is one that I have struggled with, I guess you could say, for a while. But this particular day that I did it, it just came out so pretty. And I had snapped a picture, and I wanted to stick it in my journal because I was proud of myself that it actually worked out like it was supposed to. So, I wanted to document that, and the fact that she, since she was itty bitty with both my girls, really, I've always done like pigtails or, played with their hair, or done something with their hair. And she's so good. Like, I will turn her head this way and that way, and she doesn't complain. She just lets mama play. And I'm just, I don't know, I'm just grateful for it. And I have fun. I enjoy it. And she likes to have her hair braided, so it works out. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue down these little scraps here. And I'm just using my my glue stick because I know that I'm going to stitch around them to like hold everything in. And plus it looks really pretty too. And like I said, there's really no rhyme or reason. I mean, they're all different shapes and sizes and patterns, obviously. So it's like a little fabric collage frame around my photo. And I like it. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish filling these in. And I'm pretty sure I cut some of it out because, yeah, I did. This would be here for a while. Because it actually took me, I worked on this for maybe an hour, if that, close to an hour, somewhere around there, just kind of fiddling around with everything and stuff. So yeah, so I have that little basket, and you never know what to do with your scraps, like how to store them, kind of thing. That's definitely a struggle of mine, but I started putting them in this little basket here, and I really like it a lot. So now that my fabric frame is done, I wasn't really sure where to go after that, but I had these scraps over to the left of me from a previous project that I was working on, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to cover up that grid paper or just leave it as it was. So I really liked this little scrap here because it's got the little girls on it. And I don't know, I just felt like I would go ahead and use some sewing paper since I am going to be swatching, fabric down. So I liked it. It worked out, and it had the little girls, and the next page was a story about my daughter. So I felt like it all went. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue that down with my glue stick and then fold it over the side, just because it does kind of break up that page a little bit. And I did like the way that the photo was fitting on that page, I guess you could say, with the fabric. And so now I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and pull some bigger pieces and basically glue them down on the page. And same thing, I wasn't trying to glue them down like in a particular order or make it neat or pretty or whatever. I was just pretty much picking up pieces that I really liked and sticking them down. And then I had this piece here that is some fabric that I absolutely love. It's so pretty. And I just stuck it on the other page just because I kind of liked how it showed through when the page was turned like that view. I liked how that looked. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue to glue down some of these little scraps of fabric. And then this piece here, it's really old. I think it's either the 30s or the 40s. And it's so pretty. I just love it so much. It's just such a pretty piece of fabric. That floral there is just, I don't know. It just speaks to me. And so I glued that down on the bottom, and then I felt like the fabric photo, like it was a little too busy, but I really liked that little strip of fabric being on that grid paper. So I swapped my photos around, and I thought that went so much better. So I'm just going to continue to glue these pieces down. I did want to say, I'm sorry I've been gone forever again. It's been a very long time since I've done a video. After that last video, I had like every intention of jumping back on, and I was excited and ready, to get back into doing my crafts and stuff. And then it was just like one thing after the next. It was just craziness. Like my father-in-law, he had a massive heart attack, and he had to have 4 stents put in, I believe, but he's doing great. He's doing better than ever. He's fully recovered. And my dog, she decided that she was going to eat something she's not supposed to, and had to have surgery and part of her intestines removed and her spleen, and oh gosh, that was just a mess. And then it was crazy. Like, I don't think I've ever had anything in my life where it was just like bam, 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 like all this stuff happened. My dad actually had a stroke, and he was in the hospital for 2 weeks, and I basically went to see him every day, and then when he went home, he had to have someone, there with him, and so I was basically the one that was able to go and be with him just about every day. And, there's other stuff, but we won't get into all that now, but hopefully, I feel like things maybe might be ready to smooth out so I can get back into it, but fingers crossed, we'll see. So, back to this, I had that sticker sheet there that y'all saw, and I've had it for a little while. It's kind of one of the most recent ones that I got, and I really like that little puppy on there, and my daughter loves animals. She's a huge animal lover, and I don't know, it just reminded me of her. So I stuck that down, and another little label there that says "Say Cheese." And I'm going to go ahead and glue down this piece. I think it's a vintage Peter Pan fabric, I think is what it was called. Whatever that means, I don't know. So I went ahead and I just stitched all the way around my frame there. And you can see the close-up there. And I've saved myself a little spot to do a little bit of journaling on my ledger, and I was looking at this piece here because when I was going through my photos, there's this photo of my grandbaby and my dog that's super cute, and it just kind of reminded me of that. So I was thinking ahead, I guess you could say. It was like playing on my mind, that little piece there. So I grabbed these rub-ons, and I've had those forever and ever, and they're K&Co rub-ons, and I can't believe that they still work, because I've had them for years. And it was just like a little measuring tape rub-on. So I just stuck that down in a couple of places, and I really like how everything looks. I like my little bit of fabric, and I'm gonna do a little bit of journaling, and I just wrote down that that piece there on the right is one of my favorite pieces on that little piece of fabric, or paper, sorry. And then I'm basically just saying, how much I love vintage fabric, and I enjoy playing with it. I enjoy buying it. It's just, I don't know, it's just so much fun. So I wasn't quite done. Like I said, I kept looking and thinking about that page, and I said, well, I'm going to go ahead and make a little fabric pocket for that book page. And this is something that I love to do, and I've been making I've made a few of them lately, but I like to use it for pockets and use my scrap pieces. And I just take an index card. I'm sure that this is out there. I'm sure other people have done it, but it's real easy and convenient, and I don't know, it's a lot of fun. So I'm just going to take my little scraps, and I'm going to glue them on this index card, and I'm going to use the index card to make a pocket. And like I said, there's really no rhyme or reason to this either. Sometimes when I do them, I will try to do just blues, or make sure that the pieces are color coordinated and everything is to the T, I guess. But this time, like I said, I'm just sticking and plopping it down, and it's okay if it's not perfect. I kind of wanted that organic shabby look, I guess. And then this fabric here that I have, I absolutely love it as well. It's a vintage piece, and it's sheer, but it also has I don't really know how to describe that. It's almost like it's got these little embossed pieces on it, and the floral pattern is just so pretty. But because it was so sheer, I wanted to glue down just like a scrap piece of muslin, just a white piece, so that it would have something to rest on. So I trimmed it all down, and then I'm going back in with some smaller pieces, and a lot of them are torn. My fabrics are torn, and so they have that fringe on them. that rough edge, which I love. And I'm okay with it. You know, it just, I don't know. I just like it. It's not all neat and tidy. It is a bit of a hot mess, but it's pretty. And I feel like it's, I don't know, it's me. It works. So I'm just going to go ahead and, like I said, finish filling in all these fabric scraps. And then I went and I grabbed my basket of lace as well, of scrap lace. And I'm just going to throw some lace on here in random places, not like all over the place, but just little pops of lace, just because I feel like it gives it an extra layer and a little bit more texture, and I really love the look of it. So now I just stitched, and I actually messed up. Like the lace got caught and it folded, so I decided I would cover that up. So I just pulled out that little basket of I just have random stuff in there. It has like appliques and just little pieces of whatnots in there. So I was trying to find something that I thought would work to cover that up, and I really liked that one, but I'm gonna try a few others before I go back to it. You know how the process is. And I decided that I liked it on the corner. I didn't really want it right in the middle. So I grabbed another piece of fabric, and I just trimmed it down, and I'm gonna glue that on there and stitch around it. And I went with that because I knew that the storybook page that I was wanting to put this on, it had a little pop of brown in it. So this one was a really cute little floral pattern. So I just stitched around that, and then I'm going to go ahead and glue that applique down with some Fabri-Tac, which is a pricey glue, and one of my girlfriends says it's glue ivory. That glue there cracked me up when she said that. But I always get it with a coupon, you know, at Joann's, but it is kind of pricey. And a lot of the times the lid, like the glue comes out of the top of the lid, and then your bottle is ruined, so you don't even get to use the whole glue. Does that ever happen to you guys? It does me all the time. So I went back to this page, and this is, I'm trying to decide if I wanted it on, which page I wanted it on, I guess. And I liked it over here the best. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to glue that down with my art glitter glue. And then that way this page is prepped and ready to go for when I print my picture and tell my little story. It's already got a nice little pocket on there. And that pretty much wraps it up. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope that you guys are doing well, and hopefully, you know, Lord willing, I'll be able to put out some more. And I hope that you guys have a blessed day. Thank you so much for watching. Y'all take care. Bye.